I mean, DeSantis is willing to sign a 5-week and 6-week ban.
Would you support that? You think that
I think what he did is a terrible thing and a terrible mistake.
From my perspective, Donald Trump seems to be the most pro-life candidate in the field right now, despite the fact that he was dead wrong about criticizing the Ron DeSantis 6-week abortion ban in Florida. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Red Top Report. I'm your host, Joe Enders, and you guys have been asking for this. You guys have been asking for this, Ronan. Have people been asking for this?
The people have been asking for this, Joe.
The people have been asking for this, and now we are here to talk about it. Donald Trump's interview, specifically regarding the question of abortion. People are wondering, Joe, are you still supporting Trump after these comments? Joe, what should I think about this? We're going to get into it. So basically what happened is that Donald Trump went on an interview. I don't remember with what news organization it was. Not that important. But he was asked about abortion, and people were very displeased with his answer. So Ronan, if you could put up the interview, we can see exactly how he answered the question on a abortion ban in the United States of America on a federal level.
If a federal ban landed on your desk, if you were reelected, would you sign it at 15
weeks? Are you talking about a complete ban?
A ban at 15 weeks.
Well, people are starting to think of 15 weeks. That seems to be a number that people are talking about right now.
Would you sign that?
I would sit down with both sides and I'd negotiate something, and we'll end up with peace on that issue for the first time in 52 years. I'm not going to say I would or I wouldn't. I mean, DeSantis is willing to sign a 5-week and 6-week ban.
Would you support that? You think that goes too far?
I think what he did is a terrible thing and a terrible mistake.
So obviously, the second half of that, video where he says, I think that what DeSantis did was a terrible thing. And he's referring to the 6-week ban, the ban on abortion after 6 weeks gestation in the state of Florida. And by the way, that's not the law yet. That's still being debated in Congress. It's still being debated in the courts on whether or not that's actually in accordance with the state constitution there. And the second part of what he said, I mean, as a Catholic, you have to say that that was wrong. And it was wrong. And on a moral level, to say that, saving babies' lives after that many weeks is not a good thing is incorrect. It is a good thing. It is totally a good thing. That said, something tells me that Trump may actually also believe that it's a good thing, but he might be playing politics because this issue is divisive, which is wrong. Trump should not be doing that. But it seems to me that what every single person on the internet seems to be ignoring right now is the first half of what he said. And the first half of what he said was that he was assenting to bringing to the table a bill brought to him by Congress with a ban on abortion after what level of weeks? He floated the idea of 15 weeks and talking about it with both sides and trying to come up with something to put limits on abortion on a federal level, meaning in all 50 states. Now, guys, that's not the best. It's okay. It's good. It would be better than what we have now, which is nothing. I think we can all agree on that. But here's the important question. How does this compare to the other people in the field right now? Because, yes, we can say that what Trump said was bad, but when we're actually going to go cast our votes as Catholics in the coming 2024 presidential primary, what you actually need to be thinking about is who is going to bring about the best results on the issue of abortion? Who is going to stop the babies from being killed the best? Well, here's one of his leading opponents right now, the only one that I would say even has a snowball's chance in hell of beating Trump, and I literally mean a snowball's chance in hell of defeating Trump. Trump's going to win, guys. We all know this. He's like killing everybody he's killing everybody in the primary field right now. Anyways, here's the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, specifically, the guy who put in that state level ban, by the way, not a federal level ban, state level ban in Florida for abortions after 6 weeks. So here's what he had to say when he was asked about a federal abortion ban.
If you sign a federal law, making a 6-week standard, the law across the country, aren't we just then going to get a Democrat administration with Democrat Congress that reverses or that codifies Roe and back and forth? Why isn't it just a states' rights issue?
Well, clearly the states have. I mean, I think the states have the primary jurisdiction over it. I do think
they do, but if there's a federal law, that's going to change.
Well, I think there is a federal interest, but I think the reality is that the country's divided on it. You're not going to see Wisconsin mimic what Texas has,
which is an argument against a federal law.
You're not going to see Pennsylvania mimic what Georgia has. Well, but I mean, we're divided.
Yeah, and guys, if you guys don't recognize what's going on here, this is a politician's way of giving a non-answer, of saying that I don't really know what to do on this issue, so I'm not going to do anything. He's like, well, we're divided. It's just like, well, yes, no, the states do have that power. I guess maybe there's a federal interest in this sort of thing. He's kind of distancing himself from the question entirely. Now, this matters very, very much, and it's because when you actually look at this from a larger perspective, what you can indicate is that Ron DeSantis is taking an inactive point of view towards the issue of abortion on a federal level. Meanwhile, Trump is actually going to go to the table and actually do something. This is an active thing. It may not be the best thing that we want, but it sounds like with Ron DeSantis, we're going to be getting nothing. And it wouldn't shock me, because there's actually been some analysts that have analyzed what his fruits on abortion actually have been in the state of Florida. So if you can put up this tweet, Ronan, it goes through his record on abortion. So you have it right here. They say he's one of the weakest conservatives on abortion. Florida currently has 51 abortion clinics, the third most in the country. There are approximately 77,000 abortions in Florida each year. That's also the third most in the country. And over 27% of pregnancies in Florida result in an abortion, and it has an abortion rate of 19.7. That's the fifth highest in the nation. And under Ron DeSantis, specifically, Florida has become an abortion destination state, as other states pass strong pro-life laws. Ron DeSantis chose not to act on abortion until his second term, which meant babies were dying while he was in office. But both the 15-week ban and 6-week ban are pending review by the Florida Supreme Court. Babies are still dying, guys. So even if the 6-week ban was enacted, 15 other states still have stronger laws to protect unborn life. Those states have made it nearly impossible to operate abortion clinics. I can think of a couple states, actually, where there's actually no abortion clinics whatsoever. You can put up a couple of those states. Florida still has 51 abortion mills. By the end of DeSantis' second term, he will have oversaw over 600,000 abortions. That's under his leadership, his so-called pro-life leadership, which is so much better than Donald Trump's. And then he just finishes by saying Ron DeSantis is weak on pro-life legislation, just like he's weak on most conservative issues. All talk and no action, the Ron DeSantis way. And honestly, I don't see this changing, Ronan, very much, for the specific reason that when it comes to the issue of abortion, Ron DeSantis is going to be hands off. He signed that bill, which was given to him and written by an actual conservative state legislature, guys. Remember, he just signed it when it came to his desk. This wasn't something that he had an active role in creating. It's something that he signed. However, Donald Trump, on the other hand, has actually taken active roles. He appointed 187 judges. I can't think of many that were not pro-life, if any that weren't pro-life. And 2 of those appointments were Supreme Court justices, 2 of the ones that were explicitly responsible for the overturn of Roe v. Wade. Now, I hold to this argument, and I cannot say one way or another if this is true, because I am speculating, but I do speculate that Trump is actually very pro-life, and he's distancing himself from the issue, incorrectly, mind you, for the purpose of politics, because a lot of people think that the abortion issue was why the 2022 midterms were such a disaster for Republicans. So that might be why he's trying to distance himself and make himself seem more moderate. Because here's what Donald Trump has actually said about the abortion issue when actually in front of a pro-life audience. And I do believe that he believes this. We cannot know what our citizens yet unborn will achieve. The dreams they will imagine, the masterpieces they will create, the discoveries they will make. But know this: Every life brings love into this world. Every child brings joy to a family. Every person is worth protecting. And above all, we know that every human soul is divine, and every human life, born and unborn, is made in the holy image of Almighty God. Together, we will defend this truth all across our magnificent land. We will set free the dreams of our people, and with determined hope, we look forward to all of the blessings that will come from the beauty, talent, purpose, nobility, and grace of every American child. Now, if that's the philosophy Donald Trump's operating under, it makes sense to me why he was the most pro-life president that we've ever had since Roe v. Wade was enacted. It would make perfect sense to me that he would be that guy. Now, as a Catholic, when you're going to the voting booth, guys, you need to pay attention. And as you pay attention to who you're going to be voting for, you got to think about which one shows results, which one has actually done something about abortion. Ron DeSantis signed a ban that was given to him by his state legislature. Trump actually made it happen. He put the people in place. He put the mechanisms in place to get rid of federally mandated abortion or federally mandated abortion on demand across all 50 states. And he's still the only feasible candidate that says that he will sit down and put a federal ban on abortion. From my perspective, Donald Trump seems to be the most pro-life candidate in the field right now, despite the fact that he was dead wrong about criticizing the Ron DeSantis 6-week abortion ban in Florida. And I don't even like calling them abortion bans because I don't like using the left's language, but I'm just using it because that's how they were saying it on there. And, we should really be saying these are pro-life laws, designed to protect unborn life. And we will protect unborn life. And that's why I support Donald Trump in 2024. And I'll keep saying that I do. He's the most pro-life and he's demonstrated that fact. Ron, you got anything to add to that?
I think you got it.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we got for this episode. You guys need to follow us on Instagram. You need to follow us on X. And guys, you need to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And you need to hit that notifications bell so you always know when we are dropping new content. And guys, we're on Rumble. And we're also on this new platform called Spiritus TV. Spiritus TV, you can catch all of our nice Red Top Report episodes there. It is a Catholic YouTube alternative where Catholics are able to post their content from an authentically Catholic perspective. You guys should all go check it out, make an account on there, start commenting on the videos, watching the videos, so this place can become a haven for Catholic content on the internet. And I do want you to give Spiritus some donations, but you need to give us your money.
This is right now the time to buy.
And you can give us your money by going to buymeacoffee.com. That is buymeacoffee.com. And you can do a single donation or you could do a monthly Joe for Joe donation for only $5 a month. Click the link in the description, guys. But I think we're going to have to end it on that note, Ronan. And on that note, you guys have a great day and God bless you.